After another hiatus, Star Wars Rebels has returned with Legacy of Mandalore. In this episode, Sabine returns home to try and gain the allegiance of her mother and the rest of Clan Wren so they can unite Mandalore against the Empire. The story begins with our heroes flying to Crow'Nest, the ancestral home of the Wrens that I assume is in or near the Mandalore system. Sabine signals that she is arriving by speaking Mandoa, which is cool, and I think it's the first time we've actually heard it. Once they've landed, Sabine meets up with her brother Tristan and her mother Ursa. I've gotta say I'm surprised that Sabine's mom actually isn't Rook cast, just as an added connection to the Clone Wars, but really it's no big deal. Ursa Wren holds the title of Countess, and she alludes to some of the bad blood Mandalorians have with the Jedi, probably from the Mandalorian Wars that were referenced in the last episode. She says that she will tolerate Ezra and Kanan's presence if they give up their lightsabers. In addition, we learn that Gar Saxon holds the title of Emperor's Hand, which comes from Star Wars Legends. Already, there are some differences between this canon version and what fans might already be familiar with. In Legends, the Emperor's Hands were Force-sensitive operatives reserved for very special and difficult missions. Mara Jade held the title during the Galactic Civil War. Gar Saxon is not Force-sensitive, at least as far as we know, so it would appear that the title in canon isn't as important, and it definitely isn't a secret. But I will take any reference I can get to Mara Jade, and I'll be the first in line to speculate wildly that this is Dave Filoni's first hint at her future return to canon. In all honesty, I think that's probably unlikely, but join me in my delusions, won't you? The Wren family was a lot more sympathetic than I expected them to be. The way Sabine has talked about them in the past made me think they gladly turned their backs on her for no real reason. But in the past couple of episodes, we learned that Sabine helped create a weapon that was then used against Mandalore to beat them into submission. Sabine was branded as a traitor, and it didn't help that she ran off. Her father was taken as a hostage, and Ursa and Tristan were forced to bend the knee to Gar Saxon to keep him safe. It's a very Game of Thrones situation going on here. I thought Ursa was an interesting and well-written character. She had a lot of conflicting emotions regarding her daughter. Anger for the pain that Sabine caused her family, but also a desire to protect her. So she betrays Ezra and Kanan to Saxon, hoping that he'll let Sabine go free. Well, in return, he uses the attempt to bargain as an excuse to destroy all of Clan Wren. And that's what finally convinces Sabine's family to turn against the Empire and fight. At one point, Ezra tries to remind the Wrens that they are true Mandalorians, which is another term making its return to canon. In Legends, true Mandalorians were Mandalorians that fought against Death Watch, and it would appear that in canon, Death Watch, or at least some of its members like Saxon, have become the Imperial Super Commandos, so the term still kinda holds up. Gar is able to take control of the Darksaber, and Sabine uses Ezra's lightsaber to fight and disarm him, publicly reclaiming the Mandalorian symbol of power from its Imperial leader. So, as far as Clan Wren is concerned, she's earned the right to lead them. The episode ends with Gar Saxon's death and Sabine's decision to stay with her people. She claims she does not want to be their leader, but she wants to work to find the person who is worthy of the title. So speculation time. Who might that person be? My money is on Bo-Katan. We know she's making a return to the show as confirmed by her voice actress Katie Sackhoff. We know she's a capable warrior. We know she's loyal to Mandalore. And she's the sister of the former Duchess. She's got royal blood. I could absolutely see her wielding the Darksaber. We also know the Mandalorians will be back later this season thanks to the mid-season trailer, so I doubt Sabine and Finn Rau will be on the sidelines for long. Previously, I mentioned that weapon that Sabine worked on, and I think we're going to see that in action in the season finale, which is going to bring Sabine and the other Mandalorians back into the story. In a kid's book that includes Sabine's journals, she mentions Base Delta Zero, which in Legends was a code that ordered the total extermination of a target population. I think we saw that in action in the mid-season trailer as well, and Sabine may have had a hand in developing part of that standard operating procedure or something. So we have the code Base Delta Zero, and the season finale's title is called 0 Hour. I definitely think we're going to see Sabine's Imperial work in action, which will provide her with the opportunity to redeem herself. What did you guys think of the episode? What are your guesses on what's to come? Let me know in the comments, and if you want to see my other Rebels review videos for Season 3, check out this playlist here. If you haven't already, please like this video, subscribe to the channel to see new Star Wars videos every single day, follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, and consider checking out my Patreon page. As always, thanks for watching, and may the Force be with you.